on.
Right. Well, look, I appreciate the opportunity. And as everyone could probably guess, we're actually coming off of our busiest time of the year, which is the fourth quarter, in which we do a significant amount of holiday business. And one of the reasons why I wanted to address everyone and speak to everyone about food sales is because I don't think everyone's aware of the fact of all the different types of food items that are out there, from mints to mint tints to different confections to wrap candies. And I think there's a perception that while we are going to talk about holiday to some degree, I am going to obviously try to speed by that and talk more about the everyday items, in which I feel that there is a lot of capacity in which to realize a lot of additional sales for the first three quarters of the year. So first we're going to talk about just a food category overview. And basically, food, from my estimation, is the most underpenetrated category in the promotional product marketplace. I mean, right now it's about 2% of category sales out of the pie from a PPAI perspective. And if you take a look from a food perspective, we're getting a very insignificant amount of business gift sales, whether it be for mints or whether it be for gum or whether it be for, holiday candies. Because right now, most people that want to give food, either for a trade show giveaway or for a gift or for some sort of event, they are not going to their promotional product distributor. Well, where are they going? They're going to the specialty food store, like down the block. They're going to the big super stores like BJ's and Walmart and Target, and they're going to the mail order catalogs. So, really there's a significant amount of business that's going through these venues and going to, direct instead of going through you. And meanwhile, you have the relationship with your customers, and you're able to offer a much higher value type of product for, comparably the same price. And if you take a look at the graph I have up now, you'll see that, right now retail, and again, this is for gifts, this is not just for consumption, this is for business usage. You're looking at approximately $150 billion being sold, direct, and the promotional product marketplace is only realizing about $200 million. So there's a lot of potential to realize additional sales. And like I'm showing, food is a year-on category. You see right after December where you see the multiple piece box, you're going into things like our calling card, you have Valentine's Day, mint tins, wrapper bars, little goodie bags with different types of confections, little wrap candy. So you really have a significant amount of potential. And since, Chocolate Inn happens to be a manufacturer, which I think kind of sets us apart from a lot of the other food companies within the industry, because a lot of I take a look and I see that a lot of companies within this industry are starting to add food SKUs, and they're not really food companies. They're, repackers. They have a lot of other different SKUs like lanyards or mugs and so forth. I mean, where our differentiation is that we're actually, a food manufacturer who has decided to enter the promotional product marketplace and sell exclusively through this marketplace. So I think that's where the differentiation lies. And being a manufacturer, we get to keep a close eye on quality. You realize the best pricing, and we can really work with you towards customizing any kind of need that you have. And again, food's the number one given business gift during the holiday times. Why so? Because it can be shared. I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, what other gift can be shared? And people give gifts all times of year, not just the holidays. And when you're sending something to an office, if you send a shirt, if you send a mug, if you send a pen, that's one gift for one person. If you're sending a box of chocolate, if you're sending any kind of confectionery item, that's something that could be shared amongst the whole office. And again, like we spoke about, unfortunately, most of that business is not going to you. It's going to the retail stores, et cetera, et cetera. And again, why sweets and food treats we discussed about being shared. Also, there's a high reorder rate. Everybody likes candy. There's a lot, when you eat candy, it promotes a good feeling. It satisfies your hunger. You might give someone, some other type of gift, and they might not like it. They might have one already. At least something with candy, everyone's going to enjoy it, and everyone's going to get a good feeling from it. Now, the impact of food. And basically, a lot of these mail order catalogs, a lot of these superstores, when they are selling product, and we used to sell to like a Walmart about 5-6 years ago, and the reason why we stopped is because we couldn't make any money. Well, why couldn't we make any money? Because to make any type of margin, we would need to use the least expensive ingredients possible, because they really squeeze you on price. So what does that say about the food products that's being sold at a Walmart or a Target? For those vendors that are selling to them to realize any kind of margin, they are using the least expensive ingredients possible. So what do you think that product tastes like? So not a very good tasting product. Product differentiations. The other difference is, from a food aspect, we really don't see ourselves as just a food manufacturer, because when we have one of our products be given by your customer to their client, we feel it has to make an impact. So if you take a look on the left, you have like just a popcorn tin, a tower. I mean, we really try to make something, whether it be a digital image or whether it be something unique. We try to make something that makes an impact, because when your customer is giving something to someone, they're not only saying, hey, thank you for past business, they're trying to say, hey, next time an opportunity arises, think of me for that opportunity. And if you don't give something that really makes an impact, there's really going to be no ongoing messaging in which your customer is first of mind next time an opportunity arises. Food is sensory and memorable. I'm sure all of you have been to trade shows prior, and I have to tell you, so many people come to our booth during trade shows, not because they want to talk to me, but because of the fact that they want food. And like we talked about, food satisfies hunger. It makes people feel good. That's why when somebody breaks up with somebody in a relationship, what does that other person do? They eat a lot of candy. They eat a lot of candy because it makes them feel good. So that's important, because food really brings people in trade shows. And I can tell you that Promotions East, which is run by, or used to be run by Promo Marketing, every year they used to do the same thing. They had us produce 12,000 wrapper bars. This is a little case history also. We used to send them out to all the pre-registered attendees. Inside the wrapper was a form that you would actually input you would write on your company name and, blah, blah, blah. And when you got to the show, you would drop it off at the Promo Marketing booth. So not only would you get the bar, which is one touch, but you drop it off their booth, which is a second touch. And to win the prize, you'd actually have to come back to the booth on the last day of the show, in which they would do a drawing. But before they actually did the drawing, they actually, obviously went through the whole spiel about why people should use them. So, it's a great type of item to drive people to your booth for a trade show. Food is also something that's highly customizable, which, if you get a hat or if you get a mug, you tell them what SKU you want, you tell them what color you want, what imprint color you want, but you can't change the shape of the hat or the cap or the mug unless you're doing a significant amount of pieces, and typically that's done overseas. When you're we charge a $99 energy mold charge, and when you're getting a chocolate piece, you're not only getting the logo on the actual chocolate, but you're actually getting the shape of the chocolate as well. And to me, that's very important, because when you're trying to make an impact, if let's say you're a trucking company, or let's say you're a real estate company, and the product's actually in a shape of the event or the venue or the actual industry, it makes more of an impact. This is another case history, and it happens to be with wrapper bars again. Every quarter, we send out 50,000 wrapper bars, through a distributor to a furniture retailer. They have 20 stores. And basically what they do is they put an ad in the local paper indicating to come to their store and that weekend, and not only we get a free chocolate bar, but inside will be a discount coupon. And this promotion costs them a lot of money to do, but you know what? They get a huge amount of walk-in traffic. They get a huge amount, a nice uptick in sales, and it doesn't cost them so much from a coupon perspective. There are very few that are of any significant dollar amount, but it's something that they've been doing, quarter after quarter, and it's been for 5 years because it really works for them. Why Chocolate and Tail and Grant? Well, we're the number one North American food gift supplier, and we've been in the industry since '79. We have a lot of world-famous brands. We're a manufacturer, which we mentioned. A lot of different packaging options. When we started doing the mint tins and the mint cards and so forth, started putting labels on. And I'm not so creative, but I know what I like and I know what I don't like, and I don't like labels on tins. So we directly imprint 1 to 4 color process now in lieu of labels for the same price. Highest food safety standards, which we'll get into, and also we're the only food company that has an FOB point in New York and in Canada. So if you're shipping to Canada, you're not going to realize, duties, taxes, brokerage fees, and you're also going to realize freight from Canada to any other point in Canada, and it's actually in Toronto. We have confections that are of different colors, which is important. Jelly Bellies, buttons, which are the same thing as M&Ms, chocolate sunflower seeds, and basically for that we don't charge anything more. So if you're getting something like Jelly Bellies, why not get the colors that are represented in your logo or the theme of the event? Again, it's just going to make that much more of an impact, which is what we're all about. The other thing is, we carry or manufacture or distribute about 10,000 different confectionery products. Do we have them all in the catalog? No, because if I had 10,000 SKUs in the catalog, I'd have, a 200-page catalog. But what we do is, we have all these on file, and we get so many calls from people who want something and they didn't think that they could get it from us. I'll give you an example. Someone called me about 2 months ago. They were dealing with a supplier outside of this industry for lobster lollipops. And they were having a really hard time with the supplier because the supplier didn't know the industry. They didn't understand the importance of the timing and so forth. So she calls me up, the salesperson, and says, I can't deal with the supplier anymore. Do you have anything lobster-oriented? And we had lobster gummies. So we did these little pillow packs of lobster gummies, and 3,000 pieces. Very nice order for both of us. And for things like Florida events, we could do orange gumballs. I mean, there's just so many things you could do, and all you really need to do is ask us. I mean, our customer service people are very well educated on the different things that we have and the different things we could do. And again, we have many different confections: Swedish fish, gummy bears, which obviously we don't make, but things like dark chocolate almonds, things like chocolate peanuts. I mean, those we actually pan in-house. For the trail mix, we roast our own nuts. So we could really get very creative with anything that you want to do. Packaging for every price point. We go from holiday gifts to mint cards and mint tins to the little wrapped candies that are about 3-4 cents a piece. So we really run from a very low to a very high price point. And even though our name still connotates chocolate and it's only about 25% of our business now, we make our own mints, and I think we're the only supplier in the industry that does do that. So you can be assured of the quality and the taste. So we make our own mints. We sell all different kinds of mint tins. We imprint directly on them. We do all different kinds of wrapped candies, which we'll get into. And also we have all different kinds of confections that we can package in one of the many packaging vessels that we have. And as far as decorating, like I discussed, we imprint directly on the piece, but we also laser engrave, we mold on the chocolate. So a lot of different decorating methods that you could select from or that we'll select from that will best represent your client's logo. World famous partner brands, Lindt, Godiva, Jelly Belly, they want to get into this industry. So who did they contact? They contacted us because, again, we are a food manufacturer. We are well known in the food industry. We have SQF certification, which we're going to get into in a second. So they know that we're somebody that would take care in representing their products to this industry. And the exclusiveness is really detailing that we're the only ones, not that other people can't use Lindt, Godiva, and Jelly Belly, but we're the only ones that can put their logos on the actual packaging. So I think that has a lot of intrinsic value, because when your customers' clients get it, and they not only see their logo but the Jelly Belly logo or the Godiva logo on the package, it actually connotates that perhaps it came directly from Godiva or Jelly Belly and so forth. The other thing is, we're the only ones that can use those logos in our marketing, and you as our customer can do that as well. Sheets is a big item. We know the owner of Sheets. It's exclusive. I don't know how many of you have had the 5-Hour Energy drink, but, it's a little acidic. It costs about $4. The Sheets we sell for 60 cents. It's like a little Listerine tab. You put it on your tongue, and it has about a cup and a half of coffee. And, great for college recruitment, maybe even great for internally if you want to do something with your office. So, a lot of value. Something for everyone, just like we just discussed. We do the wrap candies, buttermints, hard candies, a lot of different things. We have all different kinds of confections. We have the chocolate, and we have the different mints in the mint tins, and all mint cards and so forth. Try to make the packaging somewhat unique, so again, it does make an impact. Let's make some money together. We're going to offer you end quantity pricing, no charge random samples, no charge paper proofs, no charge pre-production proofs, no charge for utilizing a third-party shipper number. If you want to see, or your customer wants to see, the logo, how it's represented, prior to a shipping, of course we're going to do it. And why would we charge you something, especially something that not only gives you confidence, but we're not perfect. And sometimes what happens is that you catch one of our mistakes. And, it happens to be a value endeavor for all parties involved. As far as the fulfillment, we do all kinds of program business, which is important. So basically for the program business, we hold product in-house, and we can release it as needed. So if you don't feel comfortable about holding different products, food products in a warehouse for any kind of program, again, we could produce it, we could hold it for you. This is very important, SQF certified. I don't know if anyone knows what SQF certification means, but basically it took us a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of money to become SQF certified. And really, this is the global standard for food safety and quality in the food industry. And if you want to sell to like a Walmart, if you want to sell to a Target, if you want to sell to a Staples retail, they won't even let you in the door if you're not SQF certified. And the funny thing is, we're the only SQF certified food vendor in this industry. And you know what? It's not a problem till it's a problem, because if all of a sudden a problem occurs, well, we have metal detectors, we have all kinds of processes and traceability if something goes wrong. And if something goes wrong with your customer, it's important, with that relationship, that you're using a vendor that really knows how to address any kind of issue. This again talks about SQF certification, and it gives you some additional credibility once your customer knows that you're working with someone with all that proper accreditation. And then this just gives our contact information. And really, again, the point that I wanted to get across is that there's a lot of monies to be made in food, a lot of sales being left on the table, that it is not just fourth quarter, and you're coming into the trade show season. You have mint tins, mint cards, wrap candies, different confections, and there's so much customization that can be done to these that can really make an impact with your customers. And, that really concludes my presentation. I'd love to hear any questions if there are any.
If anyone has any questions, If anyone has any questions, there's a chat box on the left-hand side of your screen. Feel free to type something in, and David will answer your questions. I'd like to thank David and Chocolate Inn and Taylor and Grant for this presentation. As David pointed out, there's a lot of great opportunities in food, and a lot of opportunities that we're missing out on through other channels, particularly retail. So a lot of great information and a lot of great opportunities throughout the year. David, you do have a question on the screen. Can you see that? Do you have any minimums on your release program?
And the answer is we do not. We do charge a release charge. It's only a few dollars, but based on that release charge, you can really do whatever minimum you would like. And we just tack that release charge on. It's like $3-4, like I said. We just tack that release charge on to the amount of pieces that goes out, and that's per release. That is not per piece.
I can
any
see
other
where
questions that I'm sorry?
I can see where that'd be a terrific benefit for any distributor to have access to a release program, so that they wouldn't have
Definitely.
to warehouse it themselves. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly, and you're really missing out if you're not including food in one of your programs, whether it be holiday or full year. You're missing out, because you know what you're going to see. You're going to see that your customer has not decided to not use food. They're just getting it, directly from somebody else.
Do you have any other questions? All right. Well, again, thank you, David. And I'd like to remind everybody about some exciting upcoming events throughout TISPA, MIPA, and OPA. As I mentioned at the beginning, on the 20th, we will be having a TOM show in Indianapolis. The TOM show is a collaborative effort between TISPA, OPA, and MIPA, with all of the best suppliers, all of the best lines. On Tuesday, they'll be moving over to Cincinnati, then Wednesday over to Columbus, Thursday to Cleveland, and Friday to the beautiful San Marino Club in Troy, Michigan. We're going to be giving away a 3-night package to the Las Vegas Expo, PPAI Expo in 2015. Includes 3 nights at the Luxor and a nice package of tickets donated by PPAI. We've got a great free little stress toy of the Tomcat for every attendee, and there's just going to be a lot of excitement. Distributor Jeopardy with Joel Schaefer kicks off each session, and we have sage training at the end of every trade show. Trade show hours are 9 to 1. Also, I'd like to encourage you to tune in next month for our Wild Wednesday webinar, which will be moving to 12:30 Eastern Time as all of the District 3 regionals participate. We have a great program lined up. It's How to Create a Referral Program by Stacy Garrett. Stacy is a distributor out of Seattle, Washington, who built a $1 million business almost exclusively on referral marketing. And she goes through the steps it takes for distributors to set up a referral program that really works. Wouldn't it be great to have the business coming to you through referrals? Stacy's been able to do that, and she shares her knowledge. That's on January 29th at 12:30, right here at the Wild Wednesday webinars. So once again, thank you, David. Thank you, everyone, for participating, and look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.